So today we are going to study, and this lecture is about the advantages, limits, and sources of apomixis. This is your lecture number 35, and in your lecture number 34, we already studied about the how we can classify apomixis, what is the meaning of apomixis, and how it is useful in several classification like parthenogenesis, apospory, apogamy. These are the fundamental types which we already studied. So in this lecture, we have to see like if we are talking about the introduction and overview, we already know what is apomixis and how it helpful in the breeding pattern of the plant. So basically, apomixis is the development of seed without having fertilization. In normal context, plant have to go under the sexual reproduction for its normal breeding process. But if we wanted to see some another aspects of reproduction, so there can be a sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction, and vegetative kind of reproduction. So all we have to see how the apomixis is helpful in economic perspective, research, social aspects, and what are their basically limits, and what are the sources which is helpful in providing the apomixis is even though in artificial manner in the plant and also in the natural things. So let's begin this. What are the learning objective of the lecture? So first we have to see the advantages, like how the apomixis, parthenogenesis, apospory, apogamy is useful for us, and second, what are their limitations. So everything, whatever, if it is a process or it is a phenomena or anything in this nature, if the something have advantages, so there is also another side which called the limitations. So nothing is gone beyond several parameters. So there have to be a limitations, and the obviously we have to be study the sources like this thing which you already studied from like from 3 to 4 lectures. So what are the basic sources of apomixis? This is also we are going to discuss in this lecture. So second objective here is how it is beneficial for agriculture and economic purpose. So whenever we are talking about the advantages, so economic background is a huge version. Like everything we have to see economically beneficial, or you can say because whenever we are making things in a research in a lab, the main purpose is both, but there the two variant is like there can be social purpose or secondly it can be the economic person. Thirdly, we have to see what the importance in the role in the plant breeding. So apomixis, the main focus of apomixis is all about the plant breeding pattern. So we have to understand how it is helpful in the plant breeding concept. This is a diagram. We already discussed apomixis, so I don't think so. We have to clarify it again, but just for a overview purpose, you can see it here. Like these are the two patterns, or you can say basically this is the nucleus or nucleus that is the diploid in condition, and after that the variations of, or you can say the variant type of the nucleus development can be shown here, like by the meiotic. It's broad for this. It's like a meiotic diplospory, mitotic, apospory, or adventitiate embryony. These are the four characters of the apomixis we already studied in our previous lecture. So in meiosis, there is a first division only happen. There will be no reduction division happen at the time of apomixis. So this is you have to be very careful about. Don't get confused that if the term is written here meiosis one, but that doesn't mean the reduction division will happen or any half number of chromosome process will take place in the division pattern. So this meiosis 1 is only happens here, but meiosis 2 will not take place because the meiosis 2 is a reduction division which actually result in the half number of the chromosomes. Okay, so half number of chromosome pattern is not going to follow here. The second division will be mitotic. So this is the base pattern of having the apomixis in the plants. That division should be mitotic. So the mitosis division will lead to the development of the diploid cell. It can be developed from the polar nuclei, egg cell, or you can say the antipodal cell. So these are the basic, baseline structure of the apomixis, which we already know, like how they work in the formation of the diploid cell without getting fertilization. So in the normal process, what happens? Cell have to be go through with the fertilization process, and then only they can make the new seed or new embryo. But in the case of apomixis, or you can say the parthenogenesis, apogamy, apospory, plant do not have to need undergo these following processes. Now we have to see what are the basic advantages of the apomixis. Let me a little broader. Okay, so basically there are several useful application in the plant breeding pattern. So there is not only the one application you can go through throughout the apomixis. There are several, you can say, useful applications, method which will be influenced by the apomixis and help in development of economic agriculture research lines. So the very first and very useful application of the plant breeding through the apomixis is the development of the pure lines. This I already told you when we are studying the parthenogenesis process. So development of pure line is a very fundamental, you can say the whole apomixis method is based on the development of pure lines. So pure line formation is nothing, just that there is no mix-up without there is no sexual reproduction. So hence, if there are not sexual reproduction present inside a method, so there will be no mix up or no gene flow will be take place. So basically whenever a development of embryo will be take place, or if we are talking in a broader spectra, like we already studied like parthenogenesis, apomixis, they have the broad categories like haploid parthenogenesis, diploid parthenogenesis, or haploid apogamy, diploid apogamy. When we are talking about a plant which get apomixis through a haploid cell, then they are way more potential to produce the pure line structure, or you can say the pure line seed formation, which having the exact copy of their mother plant. Because if a cell is haploid, okay, so chromosomes number are half. So half number chromosomes number are present there. So this is a mandatory condition for them to produce each and every character in the phenotype. Like we know that the genes can only control the internal structure, but if they express, only their expression can be seen in a phenotypic version. So when we are talking about the haploid cell parthenogenesis or haploid apomixis or haploid apogamy, so these are determined to produce a pure line structure. So we can easily see whatever the character have been present in their mother cell, the same as it is character will be developed in their progenies or in their daughter cells on the seed which have been passed out through that generation. So that's why we can say that these can be very helpful in the production of pure line when it comes to the haploid cell process. But if we are talking about the diploid one, like if we're talking about the diploid parthenogenesis or diploid apogamy, apospory, so at that time of condition, there will be a hybrid which will be take into action, like the hybrid which have a dominant gene. So only dominant gene can express in the phenotype. Know that as like the haploid parthenogenesis, they are showing the all the characters which have present inside same as the outside. But in the case of diploid one, there is no such happening, like whatever the characters or whatever the genes which have been present inside the body, they do not have to express their character in the phenotypic, because the only dominant one at that time, because the chromosomes number are double, means they are the full of the number, so there are plenty of genes present inside them, so they do not have to show every gene in the phenotypic version. So at that time they choose like what dominant character have to be expressed and what recessive character have to be shadow their structures or shadow their characters. So that's why through the apomixes, we can produce the purity, and also the second thing, we can maintain the purity. Okay, production of purity and maintenance of purity, that are two different. Sometimes we can produce something, like we can make something, but their maintenance is very, you can say this should be very healthy. Because like take an example, like you bought a car, okay, you bought a bike or anything, whatever you take, but you have to do their maintenance. You go for the service and any other thing, you take care of them. So this is the maintenance. So like if we are producing a seed with the process of apomixis, but hence we have to maintain their purity. So for the maintaining their purities, we need to know that the obligate apomixis be true for the characteristic of mother plant. Like we already studied, there are two type of apomixis on the basis of frequency. Like we already studied that there was three bases on which we studied the classification of apomixis, like the cell involved. Second one was the occurrence. Third one was the frequency. So on the basis of frequency, there will be two type of apomixis. One was the obligate, and second one was the facultative one. So the obligate apomixis here is determined to produce a maintenance of purity. So in a simple plant, there is a apomixis process can take place, but there you can say their need of maintenance can be done by the condition when the apomixis is a type of obligate apomixis. Because what happened in the obligate apomixis, plant do not go in any other reproduction manners. Like in a facultative apomixis, plant have performed the apomixis process along with the sexual reproduction. But in the case of obligate apomixis, there is only one kind of reproductive pattern that has been followed. Not any other kind of reproduction pattern will take place inside it. So that's why it's not only the work for the production, but we have to also maintain the purity. So that is useful in maintaining the genetic purity from generations to generations. So this is very important. So that not only one generation can have that aromatic benefits, also the another generation, the upcoming fourth generation, also have the same character which have been followed by their ancestral one. So it can maintain a genotype for unlimited number of generations. So that's why when we are propagating this kind of obligate apomixes in plants, so hence they have the capacity to carry forward their gene from breeding lines to forward generations. So this is very important. Like we have to maintain the purity also. That just not you source out something, but you have to maintain also. Third one is here conservation of heterosis. Like you made it, you maintaining it. Third process is here is about the conservation process. Like what is heterosis? I told you about heterosis. Like this is the process in which we can conserve a hybrid vigor. So basically, when we are talk about a hybrid vigor, or we are talking about a process called heterosis, so basically at that time we are having something which have far greater characters from their parents. Like if we mix up the gene pool of two cells, cell A or cell B, okay, to whatever the character which will be present in cell C, their daughter, their character will be enhanced or better in comparison to their parent cell, cell A or cell B. So these characters have to be enhanced. So now we are having the cell C, which is an embraced version of their parents. So this cell we can call them the hybrid vigor. So in very simple language, if a cell having far more great characters, okay, if it is very useful in comparison to their parents are not that much useful as a daughter cell. So we easily call them a hybrid vigor. Means with a very enhanced characteristic, a cell can be called as hybrid vigor. So if we are having a plant which have the best character, like in every perspective, like if we are taking example of fruit, like they are very fine structure, they have very good size, they are having very good taste, they are very having good very color. So if all the parameters are up to our measurement, like whatever we want inside a fruit, and that is already present in that fruit, but what we want, we want that character should be conserved, that should not go away from any kind of mixture happen in any sexual reproduction or whatever the process the plant reproduce. So we do not want it to flow out that character. So at that time we do the practice of apomixis, because apomixis does not permit segregation. So in the process of apomixis, what happened? The genes do not segregate, means the gene do not waste out. So that's why at that time we can conserve the particular gene or particular dominant character which we easily want in a particular fruit or crop or any seeds which we wanted to be conserved, that we can conserve it through the apomixis. Next is here easy seed hybrid seed production. So we already know what is hybrid. Like hybrid vigor, there's not very much difference between the hybrid vigor and hybrid seed production. But the hybrid vigor will be formed after the hybrid seed will be produced. Okay, so this is the first step. That the production of hybrid seed is the first step, and formation of the hybrid vigor is the second one. So now we will see how the apomixis is helpful in producing the hybrid seeds. So basically what happened here, you can see it through the diagram, then we will take up the theory. You can see there is a two variety of orange we are taking here. Okay, first one is like pomelo, and second one is a sweet orange. Okay, so this is pomelo and this is sweet orange. We get them the breed out. हमने उनको क्रॉस करा. Okay, we are letting them happen the cross. After that, we are having a product. It's called the Duncan. That the Walter is shady and white. But you can see here, neither the color is coming from the neither the sweet orange color is here in their progeny, and neither the green yellowish color is here. What are they having the color is white color. So maybe at any cause this sexual reproduction make the character go away. Like their parents have the orange character, but their daughter do not have the orange color. They are having the white color in their food. So this is can call as a gene segregation process. But after this process, like you can see in the last one, the reddish, rebullish, seedless red, this one, you can see when this is generating through the apomixis. Okay, like this will also generating from the apomixis process, and this generate apomixis process three progenies here. If we are doing this red bluish seedless red orange, if we breed it through apomixis only, this process all happen through the sexual reproduction. But if we wanted to convey a basic apomixis pattern in that seed, you can see here the all the three daughter cells have the exact copy but even more reddish. Like if you can see here, we did this apomatic position, but they're having the more red color here. So this more red or very red color, we are making the hybrids here. Means like if the diploid character, this is a diploid cell. Maybe at this generation, diploid red color do not possess like it is possessed in the their daughter cell. So basically, what we get here in the last, what we are getting here, this is the result of the two generations. First one was the sexual reproduction. So whenever we have to produce the hybrid breeding pattern or hybrid seeds, we have to go through the two patterns. First one always will be the mixing up, because we wanted that the best gene from each of the species have to be present in our daughter or whatever the seeds we are producing there. They should be having the best characters. So that's why first always the first mashup will be the sexual reproduction. Second reproductive measure here will be the apomixis. So this apomixis and sexual reproduction, if they collectively work in a particular manner, then only we can get a seed which is hybrid, or you can say the having the best character among all these all. So whatever the parents, the future parents, the upcoming foster parents, so these all have do not have the very efficient character like their daughter. They are ruby, ray ruby, flamed. You can see all the variants is present inside the root. So this is at this way we can make the easy hybrid seed production. This just take two generation to work on this. First generation will help with it from the sexual reproduction, and second generation we can do it by the apomixis process. So I think this is not as easy as it looks because it take time. Sometimes it's take like if a plant having a life cycle of 7 months or 8 months, you have to wait for 2 to 3 years to get a particular result. This is not a one day work like you're just going and crossing over and making a hybrid. This is not easy. And you also have to see their post effects. Like if you made a hybrid and what how they influence the health of a particular human being or whoever the animal who is consuming that. Because not only they're developing the taste or looks or the size, it's also about the nutrient content. So whatever the nutrient content they are producing by that hybrid mixing, that is also up to the research. So we have to take this commercial seed production at time, but is easy process, not a complex one, but take time. So once or a seed has been produced through the apomixis, then only there will be no problem will take place for developing the hybrid seed lines. Now the cheaper hybrid seed, how we can say the cheaper hybrid seed? Like if we are using the apomixis, is the cheaper way to hybrid seed production? How? First of all, whenever we have to do hybrid formation or whenever we wanted to produce a hybrid, so the very first thing what you needed here is you have to see that a best quality production seed will be crossed over. So crossing over process is the one which is costly. So in the apomixis process, there is no crossing over. There's a directly seed line production from their parents to the daughter. So it is very easy to choose that there is no crossing. So hence they are not spending a lot of money as we are spending the crossing over process. That's why this is a simple range. If you do not have to need to do crossing, so also you do not need to have a labor engaging crossing over research work. This all can be due for the having the apomixis process in between. Next, no seed, no need of isolation. You don't need to isolate if you are doing the apomixis process. So there is no need of isolation because there is no need of the sexual reproduction, and if there is no sexual reproduction, then hence they do not need to isolate from one species to another species to get in danger of having extra genetic characters. So basically, if you are producing something and you don't want it to get mixed it up with something else, so easy, just go through the apomixis process. So apomixis does not lead to happen the sexual reproduction, hence your product will be safe. So it will be safe in every manner because there is no mix up. So that's why they do not need to isolation process. Next, no outcrossing. That's we already studied. We do not need the outcrossing product. Like we are having a seed already, but we needed to improvise it. So we are ordering some other plant species seed, which are having the best character as comparison to our seed character. So at that time also, we do not need outcrossing because it do not permit in apomixis. If they are crossing, there will be no apomixis there, so hence they do not need the outcrossing process. No segregation process. This is also we already studied. Like apomatic lines always breed through. Okay, they always breed through. Either they are haploid or either they are diploid. Basically, they never segregate. So, what is the meaning of segregation? So, segregation is the meaning like if we are having the chromosome number 20, okay, we are having 20 chromosomes, or if we do under the process of segregation by the meiosis division, at that happen like 10 to 10, there will be two division of our chromosome will take place. One is the 10 chromosome, second one is the 10 chromosome. So these two 10 chromosomes number which have been developed through that segregation process, that will be take place the reduction of gene pool. Like if any plant getting only 10 from these 20, they're just gaining the half of the characters. So that's why, but apomixes do not involve the segregation process because they are not involving the meiosis process. So hence they do not have any problem of getting away the particular gene pool, and this is also very cheap to do that. So we are very highly important in the agriculture field research purpose. So they can, you don't have to spend so much money. Is all you have to do is take your time and do your research carefully. Next, last one, what is importance is the useful of farmers. Okay, all the things you already studied in the plant in the case, like we are producing fruits here, we are producing crops here, and any kind of cereals. So these all things are basically belongs to the farmers. So farmers basically have to practice their field by these crop handling process. So now, if they are having a seed which is basically a very having a very high quality, and that do not have to go under any means, they do not need to cross them over with several other species to having a good product or best product. So that's why what farmers have to do here, they just needed to get that particular seed and do it under the agricultural process. So this is very easy for them also. They can easily propagate the best or the desirable character they wanted to propagate. Next, you can see here, there are the this is a line diagram from 2000 to 2020. These seeds are basically, you can see how the number of the fruits are increasing by the time. These are the fruit which go under the apomixis process and producing the very, high quality products. Like from the grapes, the watermelon, the mango, the apple, these things are, they're having a very large variety of apomixis, and same they are having a very best gene pool. So producing whatever you need. So these type of parameters can be used. Okay, so now we already talked about the advantages. Okay, so like how they are useful for us, how they are useful for farmers, or how they are useful for maintaining the genetic purity. Now, not each and everything have advantages, so they also have some disadvantages. Or you can say in the case of apomixis, not disadvantages, the limitation. Means everything is not very appropriate. They also have some limitations. Okay, so beyond these limitations, they cannot go. They have to stop at that particular position. So now we will see that what are the basic limitation you can face under the apomixis process. If you don't, if you have any problem, you can also ask. It's not a mandatory situation that you have to be salary. So basically, the limitations, if we are seeing here in the case of apomixis, so you can see that genetic diversity is the first limitation which comes under the apomixis. Genetic diversity. So basically, what is diversity? Diversity, you can see here a particular era which have a different kind of gene pool. But as the apomixes do not involve the sexual fusion, so that's why their genetic pool is very conserved. Okay, so whatever the genetic prospect, or you can say the numbers of genes which have present in their mother cell, they are the only limited genetic structure they are having inside them. So genetic diversity cannot be take place in the apomixis process. So this is very bad because not always when you are getting a mix up, you are getting a bad things. Sometimes you are getting some best thing also, and most of the time when the two species get mixed up, they are producing best product. But that is not a surety. But this is a surety of diversity. Means you are having a number of different gene can be present inside a body, but this process also happen only when you are getting them exposed to other species. But In the apomixis, there are no exposure to other species, hence they are having only a very limited number of gene pool. So this is a very first limitation. Second limitation you can see here, lack of gene flow. Obviously, when if they are not getting mixed up with some other process, so hence they are not recombination process does not take place in the apomixis or apomatic lines. So that's why their gene is not getting away anywhere. So lack of gene flow is also make a problem sometimes. How it make a problem? Like suppose if a apomatic line have a disease, okay, if they are having a particular gene which is causing the disease, or also we are carry forwarding that particular gene in their daughter also. So what happened there? The same gene which cause the disease in their parents, if the same gene will propagate in their daughter cell, so the disease also getting there in daughters. So at that time, lack of gene flow is very harmful. So if the gene flow will be there, then maybe at any kind of sexual exposure, or you can say the any mix-up process, maybe that gene get repressed. But if we are practicing the same practice over and over to the plants in their upcoming generations, so there is a very possibility that that particular gene will having the same vocab of the particular disease also. So this is not always fruitful. Sometimes they have their consequences. Third is the selection in infective. So the same thing I told you about here. The selection is ineffective. Like selection is infected due to lack of heritable variation, and all the plant of apomatic lines have exactly the same genotype. So basically ineffective. So if you wanted to select something, like you go to a shop, okay, and you if you wanted to take a shirt or anything you wanted to buy it, you have options. There is options like you are having a red color shirt, yellow color. The design will be different, so you can have a choice to make. Okay, you can easily select something out of those things. But in the case of apomixis, all things are same. Okay, their parents cell, their daughter, their daughters, so their progenies, all the field will be having the same characters. So you do not choose. You cannot choose. Do not mean you cannot choose. So that's why selection is ineffective. So whenever we are going to a crop seed shop or any other thing, we do not have any choice to make. You can just have to bought whatever the apomatic lines produce. So in the case of apomixes, this is a very, you can say, limitation process that they do not have the choice to make. Next is low frequency. It is obvious because they are having a very conserved number of gene pool. That's why they are having a very low frequency. And also, in a low frequency, if we talk about in the breeding process, so not all the crop plants which perform the apomixis process. There is only very limited plants which perform the apomixis throughout their life. So this is a very rare case. Not every plant go through under apomixis. The major and the normal process of the plant reproduction is a sexual reproduction. Next one is problem with speculative apomixis. So if we already talk about obligate and facultative. So it is easy to use obligate apomixis in plant breeding. However, use of facultative apomixis is difficult. Like how it is difficult. Sometimes what happens, plant have to reproduce. The normal way of reproduction is there is the sexual reproduction, but addition to that sexual reproduction, plant have to reproduce also through the apomixis. So when the apomixis happen there, and plants already get their one generation under the sexual reproduction, now the second generation have to be produced through apomixis. At that time, maybe at that case, some of the very best genes which have been passed through the sexual reproduction get the limited because of having the apomixis. Means apomixis does not flow out the gene which carried out in the sexual reproduction. So that is a problem that can cause through the speculative one. Like you can see here, it has become difficult to identify apomatic and sexually produced plant. Speculative apomixis is more useful in forage crops. So sometime also what happen when you are producing a lines from the sexual reproduction in a same plant, one line is produced by the sexual reproduction, but second line is produced by the apomysis, or you can say this apomysis process or the sexual reproduction. Both are producing their product in the same plant. So how do you identify like which product is come from the sexual reproduction and which one is coming from the apomyxis process? So this is also a very problem with the facultative apomyxis. There is no problem like this in obligate apomyxis, but this problem can be seen as a facultative because there is a mixer. Limitation is carried out here. Adverse effect on the seed industry. Like seed industry means how they will influence the seed industry. If you are like take an example, like a shop is producing the best quality of seeds, okay, like they are having the everything best in that particular seed. So why the people are going to buy some another seeds, okay, if they are getting all the things in a particular one seed, so they do not have to go through the limited other shops or other kind of seed. At that time the seed industry have to face a problem. They have or they got under pressure to make only one kind of seed, and also they got under pressure to the farmers. They said them that please produce a general this variety of the seed because this kind of seed is in demand only. So at that time, the farmers also get some problems because they most of the them they do not know these kind of process. All they know they just go and germinate their seeds and produce their crops. They just know that process only. So at that time, seed industry have to face several problems because they work on the demand. Market always work on the demand of the product. So whatever the demand which come in the market, they have to be fulfill it. So that's why if they are having this kind of problem, so hence they have to make a solution by getting the pressurized seed owners, or you can say the farmers which are producing that kind of particular lines. So now this adverse effect on the seed industry can be take place in several manners. Last is the sexual reproduction. Sometimes apomytic lines are influenced by environmental condition and they reproduce by sexual means. It possesses problem in the use of apomytic line in plant breeding. Now what happened? We are suggesting that we developed a plant from apomixis. But what happened? Due to having some environmental problems or environmental condition, they influence that particular plant to get under the reproduction of sexual reproduction. So whatever the product we are getting there, what we have mind that this is a product of apomixis. But actually that was not a product of apomixis. That was basically a product of sexual reproduction, which have been take place by several environmental conditions that reproduce the plant. So at that time, this is very hard to identify the is the product is developed from the apomytic lines or that is a product of the sexual reproduction. So these are the basic limitations of apomixis that are can be seen in when we practice the apomixis. Now we this is the last one. What are the sources? So basically, sources. If you talk about the apomixis, how we can get the apomixis in work form. First, you can see here, it has been reported that apomixis is genetically controlled. The first thing is we can get here from the genes. And what the genes which govern the apomixis. Okay? The phenomena is always depend on their genetics. So there are also some genes which are responsible for having the apomesis, like oligogenesis. These are the basic genes, oligogenes, which are responsible for the formation of the apomytic condition in the plant. In some cases, it is governed by dominant genes, while in other, it is controlled by recessive genes. In few cases, it is governed by epistatic genes. Now, the major thing here, like that this apomix is majorly governed by the oligogenes. But in some cases, they can be governed by the dominant gene, recessive gene, and epistatic gene. Anyone can tell me what is recessive gene or epistatic gene? What is the meaning of recessive gene? I told you about the dominant gene and recessive gene. So, what is the meaning of recessive gene? Hmm? Recessive gene or
Re-
dominant? Recessive gene. What is the meaning of recessive gene?
Ma'am, recessive gene is a gene whose effect is making in the presence of dominant gene.
Okay. And epistatic gene. Any idea? What is epistatic gene? Manish, what is dominant gene? Okay, so these apomixes can be happen throughout three means. Dominant gene, which have a dominant characteristic to show their phenotypic effect. Recessive gene are the genes which do not show the phenotypic effect, but they hence produce the apomixis in the plant. And the third is the epistatic gene. Basically, epistatic genes are the genes which are marked by their follow-up genes. Like two genes A or B, they are present side by side. Okay, if the gene A mark out means if they suppress the character of gene B, that is called the epistatic gene. Means if one gene is suppressing out the character of other gene, second gene, that is called as the epistatic gene. Okay, so this is the epistatic gene when some expression of a particular gene is suppressed by the other adjacent gene, that is called the epistatic gene. So these are the three things: dominant, recessive, epistatic, and oligogenes. These are the sources of having apomixis inside the plant body. Okay, this same that the last one. Now you have to answer these following questions. So take it one by one. Manish, are you listening? Yuvraj, what is the answer of the first question? Apomixis is a form of A, B, C, D. What I told you in that. What I studied. Hmm? Apomixis is the form of vernalization, parthenogenesis, parthenocarpy, or what? None of them.
Ma'am, parthenogenesis.
Parthenogenesis. ठीक है, okay. Second question: in plant, apomixis pertains to plant development. What happened there? From root cutting, from cutting of stem without the gamete having the fuse or fusion of the gamete. What happened here? Means if the plant developed through the apomixis, what process will be happening? Read carefully, you will know.
Ma'am, it's ma'am,
मनीष
it's
सुन रहे हो तुम या नहीं? कहाँ पे है ये? आवाज आ रही है मनीष? बोलो, युवराज बताओ
ma'am,
आंसर.
its answer is C.
ओके, ठीक है. चलो, मतलब you understand the process of apomixis. Third is here in adventative embryony, a type of apomixis, the embryo developed directly from the embryo in adventative embryo. That was the third process I told you, na, adventative embryo. So at that apomixis, embryo developed from which cell? Zygote, accessory embryo sac in the ovule, antipodal cell or synergis, or integument or nucellus. Adventative embryonic. Developed from which part? Adventative embryonic.
Ma'am, ma'am, it's D, integument or nucleus.
क्या बात है युवराज, पढ़ाई कर ली। लास्ट इज इसमें ये देख लो, मेगास्पोरियम इज इक्विवेलेंट टू, मेगास्पोरियम किसको कहेंगे हम इसमें, व्हाट विल बी कॉल्ड एज मेगास्पोरियम? मेगास्पोरियम इज इक्विवेलेंट टू,
Ma'am, ovule.
yes. Okay, one of these statement about apomixis, which one is incorrect? Incorrect, not correct. कौन सा इनकरेक्ट है अबाउट एपोमिक्सिस?
Ma'am,
क्या
ma'am,
कुछ
it's
नहीं है अगर
B.
meiosis does not happen in the apomixis, no? So there is no fertilization can be take place. If the fertilization will be take place, then this will be a sexual reproduction. So hence they are not having a sexual reproduction in apomixis. This is about apomixis is true. Which one is about apomixis is true? There is no fertilization involved in both apomixis and parthenocarpy, or apomixis produce genetically identical mother cell, and apomixis is observed in angiosperm and gymnosperm, or all of the above. Which one is true? It's very easy. Alright, do it in your next practice. I will upload these quiz on the LMS and you can perform it there. So these are the basically two references here. You can go through these research paper. They are very good one about the apomixis. And lastly, this is a book by Sven Esker and Len Joling. That is also a very detailed version of how apomixis take part in the plant reproduction pattern. So these are the important things. So any confusion, you can ask anything if you don't understand it.
No, ma'am.
Okay, you can go now.